Autobots, transform! I have summoned you here for a purpose.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of George Reviews. And today I'll be reviewing what should be my last Siege figure. I don't plan on buying any more of these guys. I got everybody I wanted. I bought this months ago now and just now having time to review it. It is Walgreens exclusive Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Ratchet. He's a repaint and slight remold of Ironhide. And here he is in his window box packaging. And you can see the figure fully within. Has the same things on the box we've seen before: Siege and Generations, Transformers. Side of the box here is artwork for Ratchet. He is running into battle. He is like laser scalping somebody, and then after he kills him, he's going to fix him because he has the wrench right there. It's like what's going on with that? On the back of his box, the three different modes he can get in. Here's some makeshift repair bay mode that looks kind of iffy to me. Side of the box, and we've seen that before, and I'm going to get Ratchet open right now. Yeah, like I say, I got behind on a lot of my reviews, and I should have did this months ago, but I'm getting to it now because of the whole quarantine thing. But I guess it's a good thing because I'm going to get a chance to do some reviews I always wanted to do. I'll get Ratchet out of his box. Yeah. Well, that was a mess. Here's Ratchet out of the box. He is packaged with a large paper instruction fold out. And as for Ratchet himself, he comes with, looks like a laser blaster. It's multifunctional. It's one weapon, I believe it splits into two. Yeah, we get two out of maybe three. It splits into three different things. I'll come to that. And let's take a look at Ratchet. Get the little tie pieces off of him. And here we go. Man, his deco, like where they choose to put the red is just bugging me. It's just, man. Doesn't look that great to me. Didn't look that. Only reason I kind of got him is because he's a well-known character, and then he was an exclusive, which might make him good to have down the road. But just taking a look at him, ugh. Like I say, with all the molded and detail they put in the Siege figures, it just doesn't work on some colors, and the white, so it's just not working for me. And then where they just haphazardly put the red. Maybe it make more sense in the next mode. And I'm not trying to be hard on this thing out of the box. Let's take a look at his face, and I can't get his head to move at all. It won't even lift up. So with this thing on his over his eyes, it's kind of like he's just looking straight down, even though he's not. But it kind of makes your eye focused like he's looking straight down. He can actually look down a little bit, which doesn't help at all. But man, can't get him to look up, so that sucks. So let's see if I can adjust it and take a look at his face. Face is done pretty well. It's like in a off-white or a ghost gray. Then he has the gray eyes. They should have just made it silver so it could stand out some more. And then he has the black thing, the unibrow thing on his forehead. Then coming to his arms. Now, what was the purpose of putting some red here? And he has red here, and then it's like got some bleed over here and over here onto the corner. Yeah, I like that they did the window in blue. Autobot logo is good. It's cool. And it's the same thing as Ironhide. So let's run down his articulation. R360 is right there. You get a little bit of movement in the shoulder right there. Has a bicep swivel. Elbow bend comes up this far. And his wrist rotates. Alright, it's pretty awesome. And then there's some red paint bleed in here. You can see it. I don't know how did they even get it in there, and like the paint's up here. Then there's bleed on the front of the wrist coming down. Yeah, I'm pointing that out. Get his leg up this far and to the reverse this far. He has total clearance. He doesn't have a backpack hindering him at all. His leg bends this far. His thigh swivels like this at this joint here. And his foot has a rocker down there. And that is pretty much all the articulation we're going to get out of Ratchet. I did 360 of the waist. Yeah, just in case. His waist 360. Okay, let's take a look at his wrench, which combines into the other weapons. Put that in his hand, because I guess he was always seen with a wrench in all continuities, but not the G1 toy. And also this thing, which looks a lot like the G1 little piece he had in his repair bay, and on the box they had it plugged into his back, and it comes over his head just like the Masterpiece. You can do this with the Masterpiece Ratchet as well. And it separates to give him another gun or a laser scalpel. Or maybe not. Will it go in his hand as a gun? Check it out. Yep. He can hold it. Now he has a laser scalpel, and then you can just take this thing and it can hang out right here if you wanted it to. And because of the ports, the siege ports that I never really go over, you can port it in anywhere. All these weapons he's holding fits in all these holes you see. So I do like their choice of weapons for Ratchet a lot better than Ironhide. It really suits the character as a little G1 nod thrown in there, a little 80s cartoon animation nod thrown in there. So it was really cool. They put more thought into his weaponry. So to get Ratchet transformed, we are going to take the head and tuck it down to his chest. Close the windshield back up. Rotate these. Wait, move the bumper out the way. It's moving on its own. Rotate the arms all the way up to the top. And there's a tab here and a port there. And you want to connect these before you start. And there's a tab here and a port there before you start the transformation. Or I guess before you start the rotation, I should say. Then you take this and rotate it 180 to the back. You take this panel, you can loosen this panel up, open this panel for the leg. Basically, I mean, the transformation is almost done. The only real transformation is the chest rotating. Same thing on this side, just repeat the beat. Open that up and open this panel up. And you just close the shell to sort of hide the hands. And there's a tab here and a port here. And underneath there's the same thing. There's a tab there and a port there. And you just line it all up and snap it all in. And take these panels, and there's a tab here and a port right there. Just got to make sure the legs are flat. And that's it. And snap the front bumper up. And there you have Ratchet all transformed to a Cybertronian emergency response vehicle. Rolling pretty good. On my surface, let's take a look at Ratchet in this mode. And you think they would have killed him to give us some black wheels. And they try to make it seem like it's just a look for this line, but no, they didn't use black plastic anywhere, so they're not going to use black plastic on the wheels. I would have preferred it if they painted it this metallic light blue or something, and just other than this cream, just to break this all up. Because like this cream is almost the same color as the wash on that. Well, let me start at the front of the vehicle first. You see the Autobot logo hanging out. The Autobot logo is done nice. You saw it in robot mode. And the front lights are done in all silver. And as I just mentioned, the bumper is a silvery blue metallic finish. Has some weathering or a wash over it right there. And coming to the side of the vehicle, you can see like the bleed on the red. And they should have been more careful, to me, knowing they were putting it over the white. And just really watched out for that bleed. A lot of molded in detail. I felt like it would have benefited with some remold, like there was like doors, like compartments for emergency supplies or something. And the feet hanging out in the back. You can see the weathering on the feet part, or the back of the truck, and they didn't bother to rotate these, transform them, flip them over or nothing. They just, the bottom of the feet hollowed out. But they did mold in detail, so it wasn't so terrible. And there's ports right there and the side of the vehicle. So there's Ratchet in his vehicle mode. Rolling pretty good. And then the light bars, these supposed to be the emergency bars, like a retool from the Ironhide mode. Man, I know it's a stretch to get them to put translucent. They could even just had it translucent blue hanging out. It's translucent plastic right here to make it look a lot better, sort of like the G1, or translucent red, or just a separate red plastic where it's just bad paint over. It's like all in here and the sides. It's just a bad paint over. I think it was a bad choice going with the white. And this thing was an exclusive. It seemed like when this is an exclusive, instead of just being a repaint, you take care and just make it pop more. Be like, yeah, that's an exclusive. Yeah, they did a good job on that one. But nope. I say it's not terrible. They didn't do a good job, great job on it. Or maybe they could have hit it with metallic red, just to make it different than the rest of the reds on the vehicle. And they didn't need it here. If anything, they could have made this stripe continue down, but as it's kind of useless right there. And then it didn't serve a purpose in robot mode. That should have been different, like that. And if you chose to, you can port the weapons on in this mode, which they weren't designed for this mode, but you can because they port. But he has a repair bay mode. Before I get to the repair bay mode, I want to bring out his G1 incarnation, and here is G1 Ratchet, which was an excellent rolling vehicle, excellent ambulance mode. These guys side by side. Ratchet out of here. And I want to bring in fellow Siege Ironhide, check out the similarities and the differences. So let's bring them forward. Real quick, the front of the vehicle has a remold. And Ironhide got a little bit more love on the front of his vehicle. His lights are double painted. It has the gray on the outside and the white on the inside to make them pop a little bit more. Then why they made this hand red, didn't make it red, I don't know. Anyway, Autobot logo is different sizes. He has the blue windshield versus just a straight clear. And they remolded the front bumper. That's it already. I don't know if I said already. Totally remolded the front bumper. And the funny thing is, you really can't tell unless you got them both. You don't be like, oh yeah, that's a totally different bumper. No, you gotta have them both. The tires, and they cheaped out over here. We didn't get black tires. We just got the same color they used. And the tires are actually different. They have two different sets of tires on these guys. The molding in them is different, which is cool. On the side of the vehicle, see, looks like the whole side is the exact same. Well, except for the arm, because they changed the part of the arms. When I'm coming to that top of the vehicle, they changed the top of the arm for the light bars to accommodate the light bars, so that is different. And the forearm, this part of the arms is different as well. First I thought it was just the paint, but it is different. Like right here is different too. So they did that. And I'm assuming all this is, oh wait, you know. Oops. Yeah, this is different too. I just missed it. Like the little, I thought this was a window on Ironhide. His little window is shorter, and the panel is different. Damn it. The paneling is different. I mean, a firmer grip. So they changed a few things. Well, they left a few things the same underneath. Let's see what we got. The molding underneath is actually different, and I know they didn't have to do that, so that's pretty cool. They didn't have to do that at all. This piece is different. Wow. Not bad, Hasbro Takara. Not bad, I guess, you know. So, on to Ratchet's repair bay mode, which is comical in itself. And we let these panels out. And we take his hands and rotate them out. Arms, take his arms. Rotate them out to the sides of the vehicle. Alright. Close these panels down and put the legs back together And I don't even know if these tab or just hang out. Now, let me peek at the box. What I do with the box? Okay, peeking at the box. So that the hollow parts of the arm go to the inside. Alright, let's get it. This turn rotates this way and this rotates inward. And do they tab? I don't know if they tab. Let's tab this back. I don't even know if this tabs, but they hang out right here. Seems like they would have had a tab to really sell it. So now he is in repair bay mode. Then you can attach these repair bay arms. And I guess we're going to need the laser scalpel. And you can attach this. What's this attached on the box? Well, let me check the box again. Oh, I got it vice versa. Versa versa. Alright. The little claw thing here. And then the little laser scalpel goes here. And now he's in repair bay mode. And oddly enough, the box doesn't show anybody in the repair bay mode. And the funny thing is, why not do this? Let this up and make it seem a little bit more transformed. But we're going to go with what they got. And let's get Optimus Prime in repair bay mode. Yeah, no. You know what? Let's start that over. Let's get Ironhide, see if he can drive up and get him up. Yeah, no. So how about if we could get Cliff Jumper, Earthrise into this repair bay mode? And we sort of kind of got somebody, but let's lift this up. And like this could be like the monitor or the beep, beep thing. And we can kind of get somebody in there now with my ideal. This goes up now. We're gonna do it. And you know what? Let's move his backpack and see if we can get him laying down and maybe get a photo op out of this. Yeah, that's a little bit better, right? Just a little bit. Because that's the only thing going in this repair bay mode. So yeah, repair bay mode, not so great. And you know what would have helped if the feet folded out or just folded down and extended the repair bay a little bit longer, and you could have got something other than a legend class figure in here. Yeah, or I guess Cliff Jumper's a deluxe class figure. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the repair bay mode. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's just something. It's not for me. Okay, we got Ratchet back into his robot mode. So let's run him down. Here he is next to his mold mate Ironhide. Here he is next to Autobot Commander Optimus Prime. Here he is next to Mad Scientist Wheeljack. Here he is next to Prowl. Here he is next to fellow emergency vehicle Red Alert. Here he is next to his Masterpiece incarnation. Alright, to wrap this review up, I do recommend this figure mostly because he's an exclusive and it's Ratchet. And Ratchet's always been a cool character in the cartoon and in the comics, especially the Marvel comics back in the day. But what I don't like about this figure right now, I'll tell you, the paint on mine, and it probably varies, but on mine I got the red splotch pretty much everywhere. It's like oversprayed where it is. And I don't like the choices where they put the red. You know, they kind of couldn't put the cross on it, so they just put some red there, like to kind of have you think about like where it should be, and they didn't have to do that. Like the red is overdone to me. They could have left it alone in a few places. And they did a good job not overdoing the weathering though. They did a good job on that. I love the translucent blue versus just a straight clear. It makes this figure really stands out. It's really nice. I love the choice of weaponry. I love the G1 nod. And then it separates like the whole siege thing. Then they gave him the wrench that he was always known for in comic and media. So that is cool. I do not like how his head, like this covers the bottom of his face looking in. And then you got to look at that from a certain angle or you can't see his eyes due to the unibrow. So I think they could have done that a lot better. But I do recommend it mostly because it's Ratchet and then it's a Walgreens exclusive. And I have not seen this guy in Walgreens. I haven't gotten on a lot lately because of the quarantine, but I haven't seen him in Walgreens in a while now. So if you can find him, I suggest you pick him up just to add him to your Siege collection. Not a super figure, but he's not bad either. So thank you for watching another episode of George Reviews. The reviews where every toy has a story, even if they're just okay.